Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In Serena US Talks. Here we trade everything and we analyze the market together on two videos per day and also one live stream at 9:20 New York time. So thank you for everyone who's been supporting the channel lately. It's really a pleasure to have you guys here, and yes, especially in the market conditions we have right now. So this is one of the most important videos I'll be making because we're going to analyze exactly what's happening in today's market conditions, okay? So as you can see in the title, new market conditions after Iran tensions, how geopolitics is driving markets again. So in this video, I'll be explaining exactly how geopolitics are changing the market game and how they influence how the market operates, especially from government decisions, oil prices spiking up, and how it influences stock rally, either going up or going down. But in this situation, we have oil prices going up while stock prices going down. So we're going to analyze everything in this video, so make sure to follow if you're not following yet. Make sure to like and also comment down there what do you think of my content, okay? So thank you so much once again. And by the way, on the first link you're going to find, first comment you're going to find the link that's going to take you to my WhatsApp number, where we're building a community where we trade together and analyze the market together. So please make sure to join. You want to get it. So the big picture, let's analyze what's really happening. So before the war, markets just came out of a relief rally. Optimism was based on things not getting worse, so we just wanted things to not go bad anymore because it was kinda getting better. But then Iran-related tensions came back into focus, and now the markets are repricing the risk again. So what changed? The focus moved from growth to geopolitics. Markets care less about earnings, more about global tension. Oil supply risk is back on the table. The energy disruption is being priced in again because, as you guys know, 20% of the world's oil supply passes through the Strait of Hormuz, where it's being blocked now by Iranian government and ships just cannot go through. Also, inflation expectations rising again. The inflation is calling story is getting questioned. Why? Especially when oil prices are going up once again. So when oil prices go up, basically everything becomes more expensive, and this will influence inflation. So why Iran matters? It sits at the center of global energy routes. As I said before, 20% of the world's oil export passes through every single day. Any escalation means a risk to oil supply. Also, the Strait of Hormuz is a critical choke point. So what's the oil reaction? Oil prices move up quickly on tension. Even the smallest threats make big price reactions, and energy market is highly sensitive to headlines. So as you can see here, these are the prices before the war started. Then you go up, you went up to $120, came back to this level of $80. That's when you had a good sign. Then the market went up. After Trump's relief on the past few days, the market went down again, okay? So inflation is back in focus. Foreign inflation narrative gets challenged, energy pushes CPI back up, and companies basically face higher input costs because basically if you want to transfer goods, now it takes you more it becomes more expensive because oil is basically expensive. CPI will go up as energy is one of the main drivers of CPI index, okay? So falling inflation narrative is getting challenged once again. Also, interest rate shift. So central banks were close to easing. Now they may tweak longer, and higher for longer comes back, okay? So we're forecasting that the interest rate may go down slightly beyond below 3.75. But this decision once again wasn't done in the end because basically we just cannot in today's market conditions. So let's analyze what happened to tech stocks, okay? They're most sensitive to rate expectations. They're now pulling back faster and random monster into rally. So as we saw in yesterday's live stream, all the major US stocks basically went down. Everything was red, especially after Trump's relief the day before, especially on Monday. We've seen them going up for a bit. So the only stock that performed yesterday was Tesla because they had Terra Lab project which was signed yesterday, and their sales going up in Europe once again made the stock go up. Everything else went down. Only 11 stocks from the S&P 500 made it green yesterday. So this is very important news, okay? So this shows you a lot about today's market conditions. A second adventure if you go in, okay? So relief rally, if false confidence, many people thought, oh, this is the time to go back into the market. But I was telling you guys in my live stream, just don't. Because if you go in, that's one of the biggest mistakes you're going to make. Because basically, your prices just went up again. Okay? People just started buying again, and then they actually they got trapped after, they got trapped later, and the prices went down again, and now the market turns into confusion. So, what should you do exactly in this market? You should avoid emotional trading. Don't just enter a trade because you feel like that's going to be one of the worst things you're going to make in today's market conditions because the market is not clear. Nothing is clear. It's like you're just risking your capital, your assets, okay? Don't just trust short-term rallies because we don't know if Trump really made discussions with Iran, especially when Iranian government denied that. That was a great sign. The markets will go down again. That was a big shock to the market, and the market just went up for a few hours. Then everyone that made an investment got trapped in the end. So focus on the risk management, Allah. Don't just go and enter in any position that you feel like. Also, in these days, the stock that you should be watching the most, the chart you should be watching the most is oil prices. If you don't give you a sign, don't just go and enter. If you don't go down, don't invest, okay? Don't invest in any stock as long as oil prices are still up. And don't believe anything Trump says because he said he made productive talks with Iran as he claimed. Well, you should see them having those productive talks. You should see some meetings, something like that. Then you can actually go and invest, okay? So, if you guys have any questions, please do let me know in the comment section. And as I said, we're building a community for traders and want to make the most of 2026. If you want to find out more, just click the link in the first comment to find out more information. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you for staying till the end. And as I said, please make sure to trade rationally, not emotionally. Because if you just go and trade in any thing that give you a small hint, that's going to be one of the biggest mistakes you will regret later. So thank you and have a great rest of the day.